Welcome back to another episode of What You Can Learn from My Mistakes series. And today we're gonna take a look at this Willbender match of mine. It's not a especially high rated match, but it's still a match where you can learn a lot. Not only from my mistakes, but also from mistakes my teammates made. I'm Summer, without much further ado, let's jump right in. So, we have in our team comp, we have a Reaper, we have me as a Willbender, we have another roaming class, a Herald, and we have a Spectre, and we have a Chronomancer. So our team comp is a little bit scuffed, we don't really have a side noder, but we have quite fast classes, at least to some extent, which is good on this map because we have the side objectives of the shield and the sword. And on the enemy team we have a side noder, we have a really weird Firebrand build, we have a Soul Beast, just power, we have a Chronomancer, which is not a support build, and we have the an opposing Willbender. So their team comp is even more scuffed than ours, I would say, but let's see how it goes. It's of course a ranked match, so nothing too crazy, and here's the build. And let's see, so as always I try to go mid, because I'm a really good team fighter as well. Our Revenant goes close, which is fine. We get some stealth here, but just a few seconds, that doesn't really matter. And we try to engage on the support guard, because that's a good target. But they react quite well here. And we just try to burst them. We continue to stick on them, just because it's probably the easiest and the most squishy target. And he can't support if we focus him. Now we already have him. We continue to go on the Soul Beast, but meanwhile our Reaper has to disengage quite far, which is bad because we now quite split and we can't really get value from the kill at this point. Our Revenant is in a 1-on-1 because the opposing warrior kept probably the close point and directly came to our close and now contests it, so we are losing points as we speak. Even though we currently won the mid fight, I get the kill on the Soul Beast. I try to cleave as well with my Thief, we get the kill, full kill here, and our Necromancer actually survives. I go to cap and my team tries to fight for the Necromancer. I could have gone to help here, I would say that's a decision I could have made to help there, but they get the rest, I think. No, they did not, and they completely wipe here, so that's definitely a mistake from mine. I should have gone earlier and didn't realize it, that I have to cap here and that I have to leave the cap and get the kills here. I get a kill here and I actually salvage the situation somewhat. And we get the rally on our teammates, and we now can go far, even though our Revenant lost the 1-on-1 and we now bleed points because we lost the side nodes. But we can maybe salvage it, but our team gets decapped at mid. So really stupid here is to push far without having anyone to contest midpoint, and we are losing the complete map now. And I'm in a really bad spot, I have to pop my elite to stay alive. Disengage here. I'm focused by the enemy Willbender, I try to disengage as much as I can. For now it works. Now I get a nice juke on the opposing Guardian, and now I can slowly try to deal damage again because I have some cooldowns, but I got killed by the enemy respawning players, and now we lose really the whole map. We lose the far point because I die, we lose the mid point because we get killed in a 1v2, or no, I think it's a 1v2 and they get the rally though, really good. And it's a 2v2. And now they get the decap, but no one of the enemy team is actually capping far, which is good for us. So at this point we can go get the decap on close. And my teammates are contesting mid and far, but we don't get any caps. I think they are overcommitting really hard on the warrior. I try to help them to get the kill because otherwise we lose even more points. Now we have to be sure that they don't get the rest here. He actually doesn't get the signet, which is good. I so the decision here was to not get the cap, to help my team to not make the same mistake from earlier where my team lost the fight here, and I wanted to make sure that this doesn't happen again. You could have argued to go for the cap and then join because we were in an even fight, but now it was okay, and I really think in a ranked match you should cap spend as less time capping as you can, because if you cap, you lose value in your fights because you are most likely the best player in your team. You always have to think like this and try to carry fights that are carryable and don't waste time capping. Of course, if everyone thinks that, you will lose the match because no one is capping, but at this point I have to make this assumption if I'm in Platinum, for example. So now I push far, see that I can't get the decap against the warrior and leave because it's not a fight that I want to take all the time. I make the decision here to stay longer than I should have. I should have directly decided to, okay, this is not a match I can take. I should leave. But now it's fine because I get outnumbered from a lot of players, actually 3 I think. So I'm at 1v3 for now, which is good because you see my team gets value from the outnumbered situation here. And now can re-engage. I have to be careful though, they have the shield buff, so they are much tankier than normal and also can get revived. My team now follows up on this and we can have some nice team fight here. We have the sword buff, they have the shield buff, so it cancels out to some extent. We get some really nice burst here. But I have to be careful because I don't have my renewed focus, so I can get easily one-shot. We try to fight as long as we can. Our ranger is currently in a 1-on-1 on our close point. We lose here our thief. I make the decision to cleave, but you can see it doesn't really work out because they have so much counter pressure that I have to disengage. And the enemy guardian is also pushing a lot on me. So at this point the team fight is lost. I have to disengage or make the decision to I can't disengage, so I go on point to die on point because then they have to kill me and I get quickly back. So this is a decision you can make in a ranked match to say, okay, I can't disengage because that's too many people or my cooldowns are too low. I have to die on point. You should always think about how to lose less than you already have lost. So there's that. And my team meanwhile won the close point back. And we lose mid as well, so we have to be really careful. Our Mesmer is trolling them here a bit. It's fine. And we can get the mid cap maybe in the meantime. I now get, let's say, on respawn, and my team is actually losing mid because our thief is getting one shot. And now we are in an uneven fight, so I have to really help them. See if we can make it in time. I think about outnumbering our Revenant here, but then I see that my team is also in a good position here. And I really engage, but I get so much damage that I directly have to disengage, and I was too late to the fight. That's the sad part. So my team did not hold out long enough for my respawn, so I have to make the decision to go far and don't die in the outnumbering at here mid. I try to help my Mesmer peeling a bit so that they can survive. I get the focus of the Soul Beast, which is good. I think I can kill it off point. You have to be careful, it's a second Soul Beast, but at this point it looks good. I get the kill here, which is worth it. Now I can cleave it and go to another fight. I decide to go far again because no one is there, so I get some value from decapping and the enemy team is nowhere to be seen. We win our close. They actually get the shield buff. It's okay, but I get the decap for that. And I have to be careful, go to no port spot here so that the Guardian can't port on me. I now get 2 people, so I have the Soul Beast and the Guardian. I have to be really careful. I go on the Soul Beast because I knew I wanted 1-on-1 before, so I can pressure it. Guardian leaves and I go on the Soul Beast in a 1-on-1, which is a good 1-on-1 for me. I can get some amazing burst. They have to pop their invuln skill, which is bad because now they are dead again. And I have the Guardian. I can go into renewed focus before I get enough damage on myself, and then I get some counter pressure. I think they are really smart to not go for the res here, but I get so much damage on them that I get the kill. So I won the win 1v2 here. My team meanwhile got mid. And shield buff here rests the Guardian, so I'm again in a 1-on-1, which is fine because my team now can help me out. We get the respawn Soul Beast again, and at this point we are in a good position. We have mid and far point. We have a good fight here with a 2v2 to some extent, 2v3, and I disengage here. I port back to the Mesmer to juke the Soul Beast a bit, get some nice damage and burst and kill. Very good. Now we are in the 2v2 again. The Mesmer as well. Really nice. Meanwhile, our team got outplayed by the enemy warrior, so our 1v2 here was not that amazing, but we still have the midpoint in the meantime. We have a fight there as well. I will at far again try to cap and get the, let's say, respawns into my fight so that I can carry them. It's good if our Herald is not losing the 1-on-1 against the warrior, so it's a contest 1-on-1. I think that's a good point. Our team is now holding mid, and I'm quite useless here because no one is coming, so I can either decide to go mid and help my team, which I do, or I could have stayed and think about contesting the mid point, the far point, like I have now to do. So I saw it that they had a respawn. It's always important that you see is someone dead, and they will go to the respawn and then probably go to their close first. So if you are in position, you can intercheck them, and then you can contest the point and even get some more ticks and don't get decapped. So I fight the Chronomancer here, which is a matchup which can go either way. I'm really squishy. They are somewhat squishy, so I get some nice burst here. I have to be really careful. I get a lot of counter pressure. I now play the safe and go into invuln because I see the Soul Beast approaching. I disengage so that it doesn't damage me. I now re-engage onto the Mesmer. And they port exactly at the moment I port, which is sad, so I don't get the kill. And here I miss all my combo, but no, it's fine, we get the kill. And mid gets the decap by the Mesmer, which is also fine, was expected. We are outnumbering everywhere else, so we have to give up some point. I now go here to teleport to the Mesmer and try to intercheck this. Here I make a huge mistake. I go really aggressive without having my invuln up, and you can see I get bursted really hard, and from the emob I die, which was stupid, just stupid to go so aggressive without having any invulnerability up. And that's my biggest mistake here, to lose the 1-on-1. But my team got the close point and have the far point at the moment, which is good. We are 50 points ahead, so we are in a good position, but it's still not won yet. The warrior loses. The warrior of the enemy team actually wins the 1v2 against the thief and the herald, which is really bad for us because now I lost the midpoint, they lose the close point and only have the far point. And will get outnumbered in a second. They have the sword, so they deal more damage. We have to be really careful now. I now make the decision to help close, to contest the close point. And I get some nice burst here. And try to pressure the warrior as much as I can. I know I will get the respawn of my herald again, which is a plus point. Now get a lot of damage on myself, which is fine. Because I have renewed focus up in a second. I have to be really careful, and I get bursted really hard. I have the renewed focus and we get the kill because of the remnant. It was really unlucky, and I also got down from the mage band header here, but it's fine. I get the rally from the warrior, and now I'm against the Chronomancer without any cooldowns. So I have to be really careful. I have to disengage as much as I can or apply counter pressure. But I will probably die because I don't have anything. And my teammate doesn't help me at all. Now they engage, but I think it's too late. I get stomped from the sword buff, and the Mesmer actually gets a 1v3 kill. That was the second really bad part. I should have gone for a hiding spot, for no port spot, but against the spear Mesmer it's also really hard because they can just damage you through the wall. So at this point, well played by the enemy Mesmer, but also badly played by me. So And my team, of course. My team should have helped me. But it's fine, we get the kill here, we get the close point. We are in a good situation at mid. We don't have anyone at far, which is also fine. We are ahead, so we don't have to go 3 points. I check where to go next. So here my team is fighting behind this wall here. So I have to see when I can port, and now I can port and I engage on the warrior just because it's the target I have from my team. And get some nice cleave. And we get the Willbender. We continued our killing spree and tried to kill the warrior as well, but then I decided to go for the mid decap, which I tried to contest because I see that my thief is also going there, so I tried to intercept the warrior to make sure the thief gets decap. Here I will get pulled in a second if I don't re-engage, so I re-engage and deal some damage and actually get the kill on the Willbender. And now I decide to go far because I see that my team is at full life. We get a kill at midpoint, and now I decide, okay, we can go for the decap. It's a decision that's risky because my team is in an even fight, and now I leave the even fight, which is, in this thing it works out good. Well, because we have almost won the fight. Now I can get the kill on the warrior together with my necro, and I get the lead while still going for the cap. And at this point we are in a really good position. We have our close point contested, we have our mid point is really good, and now I have a 1v2 up, or at least a 101, because the Mesmer doesn't decide to go here. But he ports, so I have to be really careful that my team doesn't get one shot or killed by this guy. I'm now in the 1v101. Gets the Willbender. No, it's not a 101. Our Mesmer is there and helps. So I can go for the cap, and at this point the match is probably won. It's only 2 minutes left on the clock. We are almost 100 points ahead, and I are getting the 3 cap. So that's it for the match today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think I should have done better. And you can see the potential of a Willbender. It's really strong. If you want to see more guides like this or commentary like this, don't forget to subscribe. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.